Oh, I think my favourite track to perform on the EP would be OMG, just because it's sexy. It's been so different as a solo artist. I mean, I just remember touring with the girls and like just constantly laughing and literally being on the road with your sisters. Like there's not a better feeling than that. Like we had the best time ever. But I think the thing that feels great about now, like being on my own, is getting to perform the songs that I've written and songs that I've created, seeing them come to life on stage, and I guess knowing that everyone's there for me. Like I still can't get my head around that, and I think that comes from being in a group for 12 years. So to experience that as a solo artist, I think it just, yeah, it's an amazing feeling. I don't know, I guess having that backup, you know, like having people there with you on stage, and like it's not all on you, you know, like you share the song. Like you have your own verse, and like there's times where you don't sing, so it's just a completely different thing. I don't know, I feel like because I've been doing it for so long, it almost felt like second nature as well. Like I just love performing. So as much as I was scared, it was also the best feeling ever. It's a really weird feeling because I'm not a new artist, but I am. So I'm kind of like, yeah, juggling these two things, and especially going to smaller venues as well. It's different, you know, like obviously used to like selling out arenas, like it's these massive shows, but there's something about these intimate shows that I think is really special. And as I said before as well, like knowing that everyone is there for me kind of overrides anything else. And yeah, there is definitely an element of starting again, kind of. And I think as well it comes with the music that I'm doing. It's so different to anything I did in Little Mix as well. Like it's a completely different genre. So I think that like I almost knew that would be the case. But I mean, I feel like I'm ready for this journey, loving it so far. And yeah, I feel like I've still got it in me, you know? I've still got so much energy in me to do it. So I just knew that I wanted to do music that I loved, you know, like music that I listened to. And I think like Little Mix music was definitely like, it was big pop songs, which I loved. But I think the music that I listened to, like the genres that I love, yeah, like R&B, like lovers rock, reggae, a bit of Afro beats. So there's just these genres that I knew that I wanted to incorporate into the music that I'm doing. And I feel like it has a touch of pop there still, because I am still a pop girl, but I think I just knew that I wanted to bring these different genres in and make this music me and what I want it to be. I definitely had a moment in my career, like in the group, where I did feel a little bit invisible, and like that idea of always feeling like I had something to prove. And I think that's why Don't Still Love resonated with me so much. Because yeah, don't say it if you don't mean it, you know? And I'm okay with it, because not everyone is going to love you, and sometimes that is just life. So yeah, for me to be able to get that message out, and again, like I think when you release songs that really mean something to you, and it does feel like a form of therapy. So like once that song was out there and I was able to talk about my feelings that I felt in the group and sort of elaborate on it more, it kind of felt like a cleanse almost. So one of the genres that I love, like I love old school R&B. So for me, like the EP started to take that sort of shape. It really has those sort of references on it, with Anticipate as well. And I actually wrote Anticipate with Taylor Parks in my Jamaica camp, which was incredible, my writing camp there. So it kind of came right at the beginning. And yeah, I just felt like it was just a really cute up-tempo pop song that just sort of shaped the EP really nicely. So I came up with Nature, just like it being in your nature, you know, like that thing that you have. And that was written with Leigh-Anne and Leigh-Anne Banks, who are amazing writers. And just kind of like listening to the production as well. It was Super Dupes who produced it. Like being in Jamaica, like the scenery, everything was set. The scenery was amazing. Yeah, it just felt right. Yeah, so I'm quarter Jamaican, quarter Bajan, but I've been going to Jamaica like every year since I was born. It just feels like home. My granddad's there. And yeah, I actually feel like it felt like a dream to be able to be there with like the best producers, writers, like everyone together creating for my album. It was just like unbelievable. And we actually got some incredible music from it as well. It just felt like it was just so relaxed. Everyone got on, created some amazing stuff. So yeah, it was a dream. For me, Stealing Love, it's that idea of someone just taking and not giving anything back. And even when I perform it, I really just feel like, I don't know, like it hits hard, and it's super truthful and meaningful. And I think, yeah, when you see me perform it as well, like you can tell like it's hitting home a bit. But yeah, I think that was kind of like the start of bringing this sort of narrative into the world, and like sharing with people like the things that I was sort of going through with my husband, and like, yeah, just being super open. So I wrote Forbidden Fruit in Miami with J Cash and Nisha. So yeah, that was an amazing session. You know, one of those songs that kind of just flow really quickly? It was one of those. And it was about a subject as well that I'd never actually got to touch on before. One of those as well, I didn't really know how to sort of say it. And I guess it's like that idea that love wins, like overall. But yeah, it's quite sexy, a bit naughty. And yeah, another one that I actually love to perform as well. I definitely think that's the most exciting thing about this. Like, I can actually go into rooms and just say whatever I want to say. You know, I can just bare all and be like, I'm going through this today. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to talk about. This is weighing heavy on my heart. There's just so much freedom with it. And as much as I absolutely loved writing with the girls, because I just think collaboration is amazing, and we would always bounce off each other and it was fun, I think there is definitely a side to this now where it's like, yeah, I just have that creative freedom to just do whatever I want. And after 12 years, that's kind of a good thing, an amazing thing. So I remember like when we would walk into rooms to write in the group, there was only so much you could do as an individual to be open, like with your own stories. Like, we all had to agree on what we were talking about. So there wasn't often that many times where I could be like, I'm going through this today, I want to write about this, like this is happening in my relationship. So I couldn't really be as personal as I wanted to be. So like when I obviously decided to go solo, like I knew that I wanted to just be as vulnerable and honest and open as I possibly could, and there was so much that I had to say as well. And I think there's definitely like nerves that come with that, and I was a bit scared because with No Hard Feelings, like I literally feel like I bear all. There is an incredible poet called Shanika who actually wrote this for me. I basically spoke to her about everything that I wanted to say, and told her about all the situations like that I'd been through, like with my husband and my relationship, and where we've got to now. And she wrote the most stunning spoken word poem. Like, it's just, yeah, it's gorgeous. Like when you'll hear it tonight. I just remember singing Weak in my bedroom just every day when I was little. I just love it so much. And I remember watching Esme Denters on YouTube, and she's just such a good rendition of it. And I've just always loved it. And if I could have chosen any like R&B song or 90s song to do, it would be that one. So yeah, coming from a very pop girl group to doing music that is very different, you know, like very different genres, I didn't know who was going to come along, to be honest. Like I didn't know if they were going to like it. Like I just had no idea. But I just knew that I had to be true to myself. Like if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it how I want to do it. But to see the reaction, I just did not expect that. I don't know. It's such an amazing feeling knowing that what I'm putting out like is really being received and eaten up. Like I love it. And it just fills me with more confidence to just kind of just be even more and more, just to keep being my authentic self, you know, and like just be unapologetically me, and know that that's just the best thing you can do, right? Like you just have to be yourself in anything you do. And I think that definitely says a lot more than just doing something because I think people are gonna like it, you know, like that's not what I'm doing this for. So OMG does go off actually, and I think it's because of the choreo as well. Like, it's sexy, and then as I said as well, we have that little bashment section at the end, which just feels like a party. Yeah, it's definitely one that just, it's a fan favourite, I would say, for sure. Nicole Hastings has choreographed, and she is so incredible. It's basically, I think every time that I learn something, every time that we adapt, because I've obviously been in this journey for a couple years now, so every time I just want to get better and better. And believe it or not, I couldn't actually dance when I was younger. I had to learn to dance. So it's always been something that I actually surprise myself on how far I've come with dancing. But it's a massive part of my show, and I just think I want people to come to my show and see everything, you know, and the dancers look incredible. Nicole has put so much onto them. It's really intricate, and yeah, but I think it's important about as well, picking moments. Obviously I sing live as well, so having to juggle that is crazy. But choosing the moments where I'm singing, choosing the moments where I'm going for it. So, but yeah, it's definitely a show. So I've seen a couple artists perform here. I saw Sinead Harnett. I actually came on stage with Ira Star as well, and we did My Love together. So I've had a little taste of what it's like to perform at Koko, but I think knowing that I've got my own sold out show here is just unbelievable. It's such a legendary venue. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I've always loved Ira, and when I got My Love, I knew I wanted a feature, and I thought, you know what, let me just message her and see what happens. So I messaged her, and she was actually a fan of the group, and I was like, yeah, it was amazing. So then she came down to the studio and heard it, loved it, and then did a verse, and then yeah, that's My Love. But for me, I think My Love is probably one of the proudest moments of my career so far. I think the video, just everything about it, and that actually I think is definitely a fan favorite. Everybody in that room sings that song, so it feels like an electric moment when I do My Love. I mean, I couldn't open with My Love because it's for me, it's one of my favorites and one of my best, and I just want to keep them waiting for it, to be honest. So it's actually the encore. I think it's definitely, yeah, a reflection of what my tastes are, for sure. It's something that I wasn't really able to experiment with as much in the group. I just always remember saying to the girls, please can we do an R&B solo jam, please? And it's just that would never have worked, but that was just what I loved, and that's what I wanted to do. So yeah, as I said before, just being able to have this freedom now to do whatever, and really sort of experiment and just put my stamp on it. And as I said as well, just be authentically me. Yeah, I feel like there's so many different parts to me in my life, and so much stuff going on. But yeah, I think being a mum, for me, it just puts everything into perspective. I think I kind of worry less about things. I just sort of see the bigger picture a bit more, and why am I doing this? I'm doing this for them. It's there's a bigger thing that I have to think about now, if that makes sense. So all these little things that used to bother me before, and I'm just I just want to live and have fun and be happy. That is the main thing. And they make me see that. I just wear my heart on my sleeve. I really do. I don't know, I'm very emotional. I fall deep. I don't know if that's being a Libra. I don't know. I just have very strong emotions, and I think I also can't keep things in. If I feel a certain way, I have to talk about it. And maybe my way of dealing with things is to put it into art, you know, putting it into my music and putting it out there. And again, as well, I want to use my platform. So that's why I did the documentary. That's why I did the book, because I want to be able to, I don't know, help other people that are going through situations similar. And also talking about those experiences, I think lifted weight off me. So yeah, and I think I just find it quite, not easy, but there's something about just letting things go that I'm just kind of, very much enjoying right now, you know. If I'm honest, I think the person that I look up to the most has to be Rihanna. For me, she's just musically, like the eras that she had, the way she evolved, her fashion, like her being a businesswoman, like just being a mom, she's just phenomenal. And to do what she's done and now kind of be able to be like, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to let you wait for my album. I think she's incredible. So yeah, if there's any blueprint that I have, it's her. I think when I started this, I was like, I need to find my sound. And actually, I just needed to explore. I needed to know what felt right, you know? I needed to kind of, like, this is the first time I'm doing this. So, I mean, for me, yeah, I needed to experiment and kind of just see what I liked. But I think for next year, it's like, we're on the way to the album next year. So it's about honing in, I think, and really defining who I am. And yeah, I'm just super excited for that. I know I'm fierce, I know I'm amazing, and that's going to be going through my head and just smash it. Music is my one love, for sure. For me, it's performing. I just love to be on stage. If I could just literally tour for the rest of my life, I'd be so happy. That's literally, what I want to do. I just want to keep making people happy, singing on stage and inspiring people and inspiring myself as well. Yeah, that's what it's all about for me. Being on stage, performing and making incredible music.